14th of December, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Okay, good. I think if I'm not mistaken, we're in Siv Zion. Tuf Resh Ayin Aleph, Siv Zion. Right. Yeah. Okay. Lou, would you like to read?
Okay, thank you. Let's see, Zion. Mitzvah lehanicho, but tefach ha-samuch la Pesach mishmo. Okay, so it's a mitzvah to place the to place within a tefach close to the opening mishmo. What's mishmo?
The small on the left side.
On the left. Oh, mishmo on the left.
Right? By the doorway, where this is discussing where the menorah is going to be placed by the doorway, right? So it's a mitzvah that you should place the menorah in a tefach, which is close to the doorway on the left side.
Today, shetehei mezuzah mi yamin v'ner Hanukah mishmo. In accordance that the mezuzah is on the left. I'm sorry, the mezuzah is on the right, and the candles of the Hanukkah are on the left.
The mezuzah is going to be on the right hand side, and the layer of Hanukkah is going to be on your left side. So this is all from the perspective that you're approaching, you're entering the house, right? When you enter the house, right? You take a look at your front door. Your mezuzah is on the right hand side, right?
Where do you want to go?
Therefore, when you walking into the house, the mezuzah is on the right hand side, and therefore Hanukkah menorah will be on the left hand side. It should be within a tefach of the door there.
The im ein mezuzah Pesach. If there's no mezuzah on the door, manicho mi yamim. Then you place the Hanukah on the right. The im hi nicho badeles atzmo. And if it's hinicho is it's positioned in the doorway itself,
right? Let's say sometimes you don't see this. Sometimes you see this in the older buildings, that the actual doorway was because they had very thick walls, so it's possible that meaning when you walk through your doorway, it's probably only about maybe less than 6 inches of airspace in the actual doorway, right?
the thickness you're talking about.
The thickness of the doorway, right? The thickness of the door, that corridor, right? It's not, you can't even call it a corridor because it's just a door. It's just a doorway. Like, so the door frame is probably not more than 6 inches wide, right? But if you have as there was in earlier times, they built buildings with very thick walls. Sometimes the walls could be more than a foot or two thick, right? So that means when you had a doorway, you'd actually have it wouldn't be really like a corridor, but the door frame is really like a passageway, and that could be more than a foot or two, depending on how thick the walls were. So if that's the case, so you want where you position the menorah, if you have a very wide doorway.
Right. Yanichenu, you place it, me chetzo shel kanisa, halfway in the entry.
Right, the entry, the half of the half is on the entrance, meaning usually when we have such a thing like that, the door, well, the door can be positioned anywhere. The door can be positioned. Let's say you have a corridor, Okay, I'll try and demonstrate this. I'll show you here in my house. Wait 1 second. Okay, so you see here. Let's see. You see here. So here's an archway. Right, there's an archway. Right, there's a mezuzah right there. Right. So you see, this is almost about a foot. Right, that's almost about a foot. On the other side also, you have the same archway, right? That's also about a foot, right? So let's say your doorway is situated like this, right? Now, if you have a thick doorway, like this, so the door can be okay. The door can be situated at the end of the doorway, or on the outside, or on the inside of the door. It could be they could have a door somewhere in the middle, right? So the question is, and all you need is a tefach, right? You need a tefach. Tefach is about a fistful, so that's about the amount that you need for your menorah to go there. Another thing we have to discuss is the menorah going to be going this way, or is it going to be going this way? Is it coming out into the doorway path, or is it going to be going like this way? So those are things we have to pay attention when we're looking into these halachas. So we're learning now that if you're situating the mezuzah in a wide doorway, so you should put it in the area which is on the outside, rather than on the area which is on the inside.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Now I lost my place. Halfway, in the doorway on the left side.
Right. Always, or if there's a mezuzah, it's always going to be there on the left side.
Okay. So the Ramah, Umihu Bizman Hazeh Shekulanu Madlikin Bifnim Ve'ein Heker Livnei Rishus Harabim Klau. So he says that someone nowadays that all of us light bifnim is within.
Yeah, in the inside of the house, like
in the inside of the house.
We light on the table. The way classically we would do it, when we light on the table, right?
And what is heker?
it's irrecognizable.
And it's not recognizable from the public thoroughfare at all.
Right. The people on the outside don't recognize anything. They're not aware of it at all.
Okay, so someone who nowadays lights inside of his house, ein lechush kol kach im ein madlikin betefach hasamuch lePesach. He doesn't have to be concerned at all, or so much, if he doesn't light within a tefach of the door.
Right. Meaning,
Wait a second, I thought we said he's not lighting at the door at all. He's lighting on the table.
yeah. So you might think that you should move your table by the door and put your table by the door, right? And therefore you should light there. But it says you don't have to be concerned about this, that it's within the tefach of the doorway, since you're lighting on the inside anyway.
Okay. So you can, what I'm saying is you can light it on the table.
Right. And well, and yeah, you don't have to have it necessarily lit by the door either. Right.
Right.
Lighting it by the door is primarily to show that the person who lives in this house is lighting a menorah. Right. That's why they wanted the menorah to be situated by the entrance to the house, or if there wasn't a house directly, it was a chutzner, the courtyard. They wanted the menorahs to be situated in a way that you would be able to see and know that the people living in this house were lighting the menorah, right? And as I said, this is my own personal theory. I haven't found any proof to it, but my own personal theory is one of the reasons they did that was because there were a lot of misyavnim, there were a lot of traders amongst us in Klal Yisrael at the time, so they wanted to make sure that the people who were on their side were making positive steps to show they were happy about the victory of the war, and they were not still interested in supporting the enemy, right? So therefore, they made a special mitzvah, and they didn't have to attach the mitzvah to the house in the way they did. But they were very strict about making it clearly known and recognizable about the people in this house, whether they're interested in pursuing this, in publicizing the miracle that Hashem did. Obviously, one of our traders would not be interested in the pursuing Nisa. So therefore, by having the menorah situated directly at the entrance to the house, or by the windows of the house, people would know that this is a house that is friendly towards the Hashmonoim and their fight for the Torah and mitzvahs and the Kadosh Baruch Hu's honor at the time, and in contrast, not the enemies who fought against that.
So the Hellenized Jews did not light menorahs?
I don't think they did anything. I don't think they did anything, and certainly not that.
But today the situation is different. Hanukah is very popular across the nation.
Yeah, that's because there was a mitzvah of Mesiras Nefesh. The Chazal say every mitzvah that came through Mesiras Nefesh, Klal Yisrael kept it throughout all the difficulties of Gullus. So it's a nice mitzvah that people like to do, even though they may be very far from Torah mitzvahs themselves. But they're not. They don't know the deep. If they understood the deeper ramifications of Hanukkah, they may not be so happy about lighting the menorah and doing the mitzvahs of Hanukkah. But,
and we're not accomplishing the purpose of declaring our loyalty, because everybody's doing it, even people who are not loyal.
Yeah, well, I mean, Yeah, I mean, that again, that reason of declaring loyalty may have only existed at the time when they originally made the tikana. Maybe it's not, but still the the rules that were set up for the fulfillment of the mitzvah still exist.
Umikol makom ha min hag lehadlik bit hasamuch le Pesach kamo bimehem ve'ein lishanos. Nevertheless, the custom to light in the doorway, I'm sorry, to light close to the doorway, like in those days, is not lishnos, is abandoned.
It should not be changed. The minhag, even though that really according to the strict rules, you don't have to light samech to the Pesach, right? But nevertheless, the minhag is, the custom is, we still light there by the Pesach, and that's what people do. Some people that they light if they're only lighting on the inside, they light by the doorway as well. And the reason the Mishna was going to explain, because therefore, since you have the mezuzah there as well, you want to be surrounded by the mitzvahs. You want to be surrounded by the mitzvah of mezuzah, and you want to be surrounded by the mitzvah of the Ner Hanukah.
Ella im kain rabim b'nei habayis she adif yotzer lahadlik kol echad b'makom miyuchad mil rev haneros b'yachad ve'ein heker kama leros madlikin. But if so, if it is that there are many children in the house, that already are lighting each one in a special place. What is milarev?
It'll become combined together.
If they're all lighting, and the candles are no longer going to be separately distinguishable, as individuals, and it's not recognizable how many candles are lit.
Right.
So I don't know, not sure what there's a period. It's the end of the sentence. It doesn't seem like it's the end of the sentence. The Ella is, but
because it's saying here, it's idif. If Ella in Cain, meaning the minhag is that you should light by the doorway in spite of the fact that you don't have to, but the custom is that you do, except on the condition that if it happens to be a situation where we have a lot of people in the house and there are going to be a lot of people lighting, so it's idif yoser, it's much better, lahadli kol echad mamakam yuchad, it's much better that each person picks their own special place to light rather than all crowding around and being mixed up in narrows together by the doorway. and in which case is ein heker, there's no recognizable distinction from the difference between the narrows which are being lit.
Aha, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's better that each person lights in a special place, so that we
Right.
don't have a situation where all the candles are indistinguishable.
Right, exactly. Very good. That's right.
Okay, I see. Umikol makom he's haru shalo lahadlik the makom she madlikin haneros kol hashana. Nevertheless, they should be careful that they don't light in a place that they light candles all year.
All year round, right? Because then it's
Don't light in the place where you have the Shabbos candles.
right. It wouldn't be apparent that you're making this a special lighting for the sake of pursuing Nisa of the miracles of Hanukkah.
Ki ze lo yeh heker klal. Because this will not be recognizable at all. We
Right.
just think it's more Shabbos candles.
Right.
Af ki ein heker rak livnei habayis mikol makom heker kitzas me ha bo'e. And Ba'af ki, even so,
Yeah, even so, right?
It's not recognized. It's only recognizable to the people of the house. Nevertheless, it should be a little bit recognizable. What is meha boye?
It's required, meaning a little bit of a recognition is still required.
In other words, the people in the house know what's going on.
Right, meaning
Nevertheless, there has to be some recognizability beyond the fact that they already know.
right, that's right. Even though as you said, everyone in the house realizes this is being lit for the menorah. After all, you're probably going to be making a bracha or two on the narrows, right?
Right.
Right. But nevertheless, it's still that it should be, in and of itself, it should be recognizable somewhat that it's being done for the sake of the Peshuminisa of the miracles of Hanukkah. Okay, let's continue. We're going to have the base Knesset. Now the Mechaber continues. Now, what about the lighting of the menorah in the base Knesset?
Okay, in the shul, manicho, the kosel, darom, in the shul, lighted by the southern wall. Okay, the Ramah, bidrom, Haminora. I'm sorry. Bedrom Haminora, or the south of the menorah, Sadran mi Mizrach. What's Sadran?
And you arrange them. Right? You arrange them in Mizrach Lamarav. You arrange them from going from east to west. So it's placed in the base Knesset. It's placed. The menorah is placed on the south wall, and you arrange it going east to west.
The southern menorah is arranged east-west. Terumas Hadeshen Simon Kufdalid Beis Yosef. So that's a reference. That's where it says this.
Right. Right,
Trumas Hadeshin is a book.
right, correct.
Umadlikin umevarchin beves hakeneses mishum par sume nisa. Okay, so the lighting and the blessing in the shul is because of the publication of the miracle.
Right.
Ve'ein adam yotze b'neiros shel beis hakenesis, and a person is not does not fulfill his obligation through the candles in the shul. V'tzarich lechazor ulehadlik beveso. He has to return to his house and light there. V'nohagin lehadlik beves hakenesis bein mincha lema'ariv, and it's customary to light in the shul between mincha and ma'ariv.
Right, very good.
V'yesh nohagin lehadlik be'erev Shabbos, and it's customary to light the afternoon before Shabbos, Kodem Mincha, close to Mincha, Kol Bo Va'abudraham. And that's according to the Avudraham,
Yes.
is a person.
Yeah. Mhm.
V'im rotzim le'maher le'hispalel le'achar she'berach I don't know what this is. Shin Tzadi?
That's the Shliach Tzibur.
The Shliach Tzibor. V'hadlik echad mehen. And if it desired to quickly pray after the blessing, the Shliach Tzibor lights one of them.
You light one candle. The Shliach can light one candle.
Yuchal hashamash.
That's the Gabbai of the shul.
The Gabbai of the shul is able. Have a good day, Judy. Lahadlik, to light nisharim v'hashliach tzibor yispalel. What is this word hanisharim?
The remaining. So if the Shliach Tzibor is in a rush that he has to start the davening, right? So he can make the brachas and light one candle, and then he can start his davening. And the Gabbai of the shul, he'll light the remaining candles, and the Shliach Tzibor can go on with his prayers.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So the Gabbai is losing out on his prayers.
Well, that's because his job is the Gabbai. That's the price of glory.
That's what?
That's the price of glory.
I see.
Okay. Yeshikayach Lou.
He's oisik per mitzvah, patam in a mitzvah. Right?
Okay.
That's his job. His job is to take care of the base Knesset. So anyway, he'll catch up. He'll catch up with the rest of the tzibur. But the Shliach Tzibur, they can't wait for the Shliach, because once the Shliach Tzibur, he's got to start. Let's say it's late, it's getting close to Shkia and something like that. Maybe it's Erev Shabbos, so you can't delay this. You got to get the move. You got to get the tzibur going on the davening. So if the Shliach Tzibur waits, everyone has to wait. But the Gabbai, he's a yachid. He'll finish the lighting and then he'll catch up with the tzibur.
Okay.
We'll have a chance to go over this again tomorrow. Have to see the Mishna on this. So everyone have a good day and hope to see you all tomorrow.
Have a good day, everyone. Going to
Okay.
be out.
Mayor.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
Rabbi.
just let Cheryl know that Debbie's here. She'll get a hold of her.
okay, very good. I'll let her know. Thank you.
Okay, right, bye-bye.
Bye now.